What up, peeps? This is Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. I'm Glass.
I'm Brandon.
The best tag team tandem out here in sports talk, about to give you another episode 92 of the 2 Cents Positive on Sports. Place where we give you our 2 cents on the recent topics in the sports world. As always, we want to thank you for taking the time to watch the show. While you're here, click the subscribe button to the channel so you can be alerted to all the episodes we have here at the Get With It Sports 2 YouTube channel. Everything good, bruh?
Everything all right. Morning, everybody.
Yeah. We are recording on a Thursday afternoon. We got a lot to get. Well, I ain't gonna say we got a lot to get into. We got stuff that we need to talk about from this week and last week. We missed 2 weeks. Personal things we had to take care of. But as always, we're gonna come back on fire, ready to go. First up, we'll be jumping in the NBA playoffs. We're gonna give you our picks for the conference finals. Look like it's gonna be good. We started off with what? 16 teams. Wow. Now we're down to 4. We're also gonna be talking about the NBA draft, how it came out, how we feel about our Chicago Bulls. What, 7th? We got the 7th pick. We're going to jump into that real quick. And a little NFL news. And we're going to start off with the news tape. We got, I don't know if too many people in the track and field, but what is her name? Caster Semenya got a little problem because of something that happened naturally. Let's jump into that real quick. And her first race since losing a landmark appeal earlier last week, Caster Semenya stayed true to form at the Diamond League season opener in Qatar on Friday. The South African two-time reigning Olympic champion in the 80-meter race decimated the field with a new meet record of 1 hour, 54 minutes, 98 seconds. Besting Burundi's Francine Niyonsaba, the reigning Olympic silver medalist, by nearly 3 full seconds. It was Semenya's 30th straight victory at 800 meters. But despite her dominance in Qatar, the race could be Semenya's last for the foreseeable future. When asked if she would conform to new restrictions on testosterone levels imposed by the International Associations of Athletics Federations, the 20-year-old responded, hell no. The IAAF's new rules, which come into effect last Wednesday, or 2 Wednesdays ago, require Semenya and others to lower their naturally high levels of testosterone, a result of hyperandrogenism, below 5 nanomoles per liter if they wanted to compete. The rules apply only to athletes who compete in races between 400 meters and 1 mile, the distance in which Semenya has had the greatest success in her storied career. Now, the girl is built like a dude because of the hyperandrogenism. The problem I have is, well, the key word in that whole situation, that story is naturally high levels of testosterone. She can't control that. That came to her naturally. So for me, you're hindering her from what God has given her. And I have no problem with her doing this. Of course, I think the association, the federation, is trying to make the field even. Now, I would actually understand if she took PEDs or some artificial, some man-made, what have you. But this is natural. So you can't fault her for what came to her natural. She was gifted with this. Well, she was gifted with whatever she got going with that hyperandrogenism. So you can't blame her for that or other races. Evidently, other competitors have the same thing. So you just gonna have to deal with it until she get old, or you got to find another way, or you might have to use some PEDs, and hopefully they don't find it to compete with her. But if she got it, that's your problem. What you got, bro?
Yeah, they sound like they want it both ways.
Yeah.
If because if her testosterone wasn't up and she was taking something to boost it up, they kick her out.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's up and you were trying to make her take something to lower it. You can't have it both ways. Now if I'm her, I wouldn't take nothing to lower it either.
Right.
You just can't do it. Because I'm taking a drug. It's
Mm-hmm.
if anybody else take it whose testosterone ain't at my level, will you kick them out? Yes. Okay. Now why you want me to take it to lower him out?
Right.
So,
I agree.
She doing right.
Yeah. Because my two examples are in golf. Remember, they made these golf courses tiger, what they call it, tiger proof. When Tiger Woods was in the top of his game, they were trying to find ways to even the field by making these golf courses harder for Tiger Woods. But when you do that, you're making it harder for the other golfers. Right. Yeah. And my second example in horse racing, I don't know if you remember Seattle Slew.
Mm-mm.
I think it was Seattle Slew was the horse. Well, the horse was so dominant that I think one race he damn near lapped the horses. I know he had at least a half a track. Exactly. Come to find out, when he passed away, he had an enlarged heart. That's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't. I mean, the horse is bad. So I think that goes to this. If it's naturally, key word, naturally, y'all just gonna have to deal with it until she get older, or she lose whatever she loses. So it's just, I think they made this rule for her, but you can't. Nah, man.
No, it's not fair.
Exactly. She can't help that. She didn't do. She had nothing to do with that other than being born. So, like you said, if I'm with her, I stick with my guns. Nah, y'all can't deny me for what I'm naturally gifted at. So, okay, we agree to that. Cool.
Right.
Next up, your boy Robert Kraft. Finally, hopefully, I hope we done with this, because he got busted. He give him a fine, be done with it. What I'm talking about, a Florida judge granted a motion by Robert Kraft's defense team to suppress the use of video evidence in the solicitation of prostitution case against the New England Patriots owner. The judge ruled Monday that prosecutors cannot use video footage from the Orchids of Asia spa because it was obtained illegally. Authorities alleged that spa was tied to a human trafficking ring, necessitating the installation of surveillance cameras. Judge Leonard Hanser said detectives did not do enough to protect the privacy of customers who didn't commit any crimes, according to Spencer. Kraft's attorneys are expected to file a motion to dismiss the case based on a lack of evidence. Kraft was among 25 men charged in February with soliciting prostitution at the spa in Jupiter, Florida. Kraft pleaded not guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges and rejected a plea deal in favor of a jury trial. Let the man live. The man was damn near 70-something years old. He got busted. He feels, he's humiliated. He feels ashamed. Y'all got him. Find the man, be done with it. Because now, if he was a regular old dude, he'd probably get jail time or whatever. Y'all won't be exposing this footage on news. You kind of get what I'm saying? So now, just because he's Robert Kraft, y'all gonna try to put out there. So I'm happy for the judge doing what he's doing. Judge Hanser, excuse me. And let's be done with it. What you got to say, bro? What's your 2 cents?
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah.
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, let the man, let this ain't news no more. Let it go.
Exactly.
Let it be gone, whatever. If you had something concrete, it would have been exposed already. And you don't, so it won't let it go. That's pretty much.
And hopefully that's the last time we talk about this. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that they probably will let
he
it
ain't
go.
got nothing. The man was visiting his girlfriend.
Yes. I know you say he and basically what you said before, you're correct. You know, y'all put this stuff put these cameras up in here legally without notifying whoever you need to notify.
Right.
All right, man, be done with it. You got your people, you got your human trafficking suspects in custody. All right, good job. Let's move on.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
All right, let's jump in the NBA, man. I'm shocked on this hire. Frank Vogel has agreed to a 3-year deal to become the next head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Jason Kidd will also be joining Vogel's staff in a prominent assistant role. The Lakers are unlikely to distinguish between a top assistant and the rest of Vogel's staff, similar to how former head coach Phil Jackson operated during his tenure. Vogel reportedly emerged as a frontrunner after the Lakers moved on from Tyronn Lue, who reportedly rejected a 3-year, $18 million offer. Monty Williams decided to go to the Phoenix Suns and fill their head coaching vacancy, while Mike Brown, Lionel Hollins, and Mike Woodson also turned down the Lakers job. After Vogel's interview with the club on Thursday, general manager Rob Pelinka gathered information regarding a potential Vogel-Kidd coaching tandem. Vogel succeeded Jim O'Brien as head coach of the Indiana Pacers in 2011. After a decade as an assistant coach, he went 250 to 181 during his 6-season tenure, leading the Pacers to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals appearances in 2013 and 2014. The 45-year-old followed that up with a forgettable 54 and 110 record during his 2-year stint with the Orlando Magic. Kidd hasn't coached since being fired by the Milwaukee Bucks midway through the 2017-2018 season. He went 139 to 152 across 4 seasons in Wisconsin and guided the club to a pair of playoff appearances. The 46-year-old coaching rights were acquired by the Bucks from the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for a 2015 and 2019 second-round pick. Kidd won Eastern Conference Coach of the Month twice and led Brooklyn to the second round of the NBA playoffs in his rookie season behind the bench in 2013-2014. Kidd has a strong relationship and history with LeBron James dating back to the 2008 Olympics, when both were members of the USA basketball gold medal squad. I understand why Vogel did what he did. He's trying to stay relevant in the NBA coaching world. Nobody was calling him. He reminds me of the NFL version of Hugh Jackson. Nobody was calling him. He went on here and took the Cleveland Brown job when they sucked. And they had they had 1 year where they didn't win the game. And I think he was, can't remember I can't remember the record right now. But I mean, he was damn near drugged through the mud. Now when they're getting better, they fire. Rightfully so, if you want to, you know what I'm saying? But I think this is the same way. Vogel know he's a dead man walking. He signed a 3-year deal, $18 million. He probably going to see 2 years of that situation because of Jason Kidd. And if you didn't read between the lines, they made Jason Kidd what? A prominent assistant coach. Prominent is the key word. Like, yeah, he's next. He's going to move up as soon as possible. And I think the other coaches like Monty Williams took the Phoenix Suns job. Phoenix Suns is one of the worst teams out there instead of taking the Lakers job. Lakers job is, of course, Showtime. Well, I ain't gonna say Showtime. They wanted the
They're in one of the top markets.
Yeah, exactly. Most historical when it comes to championships. You turn that down. There's a reason why people turn it down. And I'm not going to go through it again. Like I said a long time ago, many, many times ago, these players are not going by what you got hanging in the rafters. They're going by what you're doing on the floor. And if they don't see what's going right on the floor, they're not going to go it. that go at it. And you add the fact that you put LeBron James on the team, and you know some of the top-notch players will not, and I'm just gonna say this is my opinion, will not play with LeBron James. So I think I said it last week or week before, you might have to trade LeBron James after a while. I think he got 3 years left on a 4-year deal. If the top free agents don't go to the Lakers, you're gonna have to make some moves. If you have a crappy season next year, you might have to think about that. Congrats to Vogel. You did what you had to do to make yourself relevant, but it's not gonna look good to me. So, what you got to say, bro?
So basically, this off season is a huge off season. One, just because we got all the big free agents out there. So I'm gonna put it out there like this: if none of them guys end up in LA, you gotta trade LeBron. You gotta trade. You know, that's just simple as that. If none of them guys end up in LA, it's what, 4 or 5 of them, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you don't get one of them, let alone 2, I mean, if you're gonna need 2 of them, at least have a run at this thing in the West. One to get you in the playoffs, 2 will get people talking. You know, so but if none of them go there, yeah, you got to break that. You got to break that thing up. And you say prominent assistant role. I don't know if they feel like Jason Kidd need a little more seasoning, but they don't want to let him go.
Let me interrupt you on that. I listened to a podcast, can't remember who it was. The reason why Jason Kidd is not the head coach, I guess they put it out there that they was looking at Jason Kidd and they had some negative feedback for the simple fact with they said his domestic violence situation back when he was married. And there was DUI. So it wasn't a good look. So that's the reason why he's on the staff. So he's damn near coach waiting to hire. Till they clear everything up, they're going to slide him up into that spot. That's what I'm saying. Frank Vogel's a dead man walking. So they want to hire Jason Kidd. They just can't. And the reason why Tyronn Lue didn't want to take the job, 2 reasons. He wanted a 5-year deal. They was only offering him a 3-year deal, which is bogus because all these other coaches, even we talk about it soon. Belein from Michigan, he got a 5-year deal. He never coached in the NBA. He does a great job at Michigan, but he got a 5-year deal. So how a coach get a 5-year deal who never touched the NBA, and I got an NBA championship under my belt, and you gonna offer me 3? You know what I'm saying? So that, and I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. So, you know, what's Jason Garrett from the NFL for the Cowboys? That's what he did to can't remember who was the coach before him. He used to be he's the defensive coordinator for the Rams. Who?
I know what you're talking about.
Y'all could. That's what they did. They hired Jason Garrett and paid him damn near like a head coach because they knew they were gonna slide him into that spot. You know what I'm saying? Phillips, Wade Phillips, not Wade. Is it? Yeah,
Wade. Defensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying. Wade Phillips. Yeah, remember he was the head coach for the Cowboys.
Yeah. They
slid Jason Kidd as his assistant, knowing that he was going to get rid of Wade and bring him up in there. That same situation you got here. So, sorry to interrupt you. You got anything else to say? Okay, this is what I was going to say.
That's pretty much it. Mm-hmm.
This is not. I'm not going to blame this on LeBron, but this is LeBron's fault. Anytime and I'm not saying LeBron had anything to do.
You say I'm not gonna blame it on LeBron, but this is LeBron's fault.
Because unintentionally, let me put it like that.
Okay.
You know why they gave him a 3-year deal? Where they was offering 3-year deals because that's how many years LeBron have
left on his deal.
On his deal, you know what I'm saying. So if this ain't gonna work out like we say, you might be having to trade him anyway. But it's all affected because you got LeBron James on your team, and because you figure out, okay, man, we got LeBron, but people ain't coming over here because of LeBron. So, hence, we have to trade him in a couple of years. But a lot of things, LeBron is in the mix, and he's not intended. I'm not calling him the bad guy. Let me just say that. Unintentional. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just like a lot of things are affected because you got LeBron on this team.
Right.
So that's what I meant on that.
A lot of decision making, yeah.
Right. So Lakers are gonna be going through the mud a little bit more longer than they should. I still think Mark Jackson out there, he need to be a head coach somewhere. That would have been a good fit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a major market. I think he could deal with the bumps and bruises and deal with the media. So it is what it is. I'm not a Laker fan, so I got a little, little grimace on my, not grimace, little smile on my face because of this situation. Like, okay, y'all, as long as y'all behind my Bulls dragging in the mud, we all good. That's how I feel about it. So, anything else? So, next up, another hire we were just talking about, Michigan's John Belein has agreed to become the Cleveland Cavaliers' next head coach. The Cavs announced on Monday. The two sides came to terms on a 5-year contract. Ex-Memphis Grizzlies head coach J.B. Bickerstaff is expected to soon discuss the possibilities of an associate head coaching role with Belein. Cleveland will provide Belein with his first crack at NBA success after the 66-year-old coach flourished at the high school and college levels. Belein helped mold the Wolverines into one of the nation's most consistent college programs, leading them to 9 NCAA tournament appearances in 12 years and 2 national championship games since 2013. Michigan had failed to reach the Big Dance in 9 consecutive seasons prior to his arrival. The Detroit Pistons and Orlando Magic both pursued Belein during their coaching searches last year, but he chose to remain in Ann Arbor. The Cavaliers finished their first season with a disappointing 19-63 record. The team mutually agreed to part ways with head coach Larry Drew, who was promoted after Tyronn Lue was fired 6 games into the season. Congratulations to Belein once again. To me, Cleveland Cavaliers are not a prominent. They're not relevant right now. So I have no ill wills about the situation other than you got this 66-year-old. I don't know how he's going. Well, he did get along with youngsters because he came from the college rankings, but I don't know how his skills going to move up to the NBA level. You know what I'm saying? Now you got, before, when it comes to college rankings, you got a prominent voice because you got players working under you with scholarships over their heads. Now you got millionaires playing for you. If they don't listen to you, you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is another place where I think you should have got somebody with NBA experience on this, but that's neither here nor there. Congratulations to John Belein. What's your 2 cents, bro?
If he had to go to a team, it probably should have been Cleveland.
That's true.
I mean,
they're not expecting too much from him.
Exactly. They can't do nothing but go up. They won 19 games. If he do better than 19, it's been a successful season. So I think that was a good move. But they had to, that franchise, they had to tear it down and start over again.
Right.
So, I mean, when they get good, he won't be there. When and if they get good, he won't be there. So right. We'll see what happened with Cleveland. Yeah.
I'm not expecting too much, but yeah, he might shock us. You never know. He might be
You never know. You know. It might be the Zim Aston Cleveland.
Okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
All right. The New Orleans Pelicans, talk of the nation right now when it comes to the NBA. They own the number 1 selection this summer's draft, and with it, the rights to add Duke phenom Zion Williamson to their roster. New Orleans' odds of securing the number 1 pick were just 6%, which was tied for the 7th best among lottery participants. Here's how the lottery unfolded. Number 14 was Boston Celtics via Sacramento. 13, Miami Heat. 12, Charlotte Hornets. 11, Minnesota Timberwolves. 10, Atlanta Hawks via Dallas. 9, Washington Wizards. 8, Atlanta Hawks. 7, our beloved Chicago Bulls. 6, Phoenix Suns. 5, Cleveland Cavaliers. 4, Los Angeles Lakers. 3, New York Knicks. 2, Memphis Grizzlies. And the number 1 pick goes to the New Orleans Pelicans. What was funny about this, they changed the lottery selection. Before, if you was like the bottom dweller, the worst team, you would get 25%. Now they split it up and changed it where, like, the Phoenix Suns, Cleveland Cavaliers, and New York Knicks had a 14% chance, respectively. It's just funny how it fell out that the Phoenix Suns had the 6th. Now, they was the worst team. They got the 6th pick. Cavaliers, I think, was next up. Oh, no, New York Knicks was next up, but they got the 3 pick, which isn't bad. They wanted the number 1 pick. It was so funny watching videos of celebrities and Stephen A. Smith just losing their mind because they didn't get the number 1 pick to get Zion. But you got the number 3 pick, so it ain't that bad. To me, this draft, if you had, you got Zion, John Morant, RJ Barrett. If you got, you got 3. I think there's 3 NBA-ready players out there. So, you still ain't I'll tell you what, if you crying so much, I'll trade our 7 for that 3. And I'll be happy. But everybody going for Zion. I don't
know why everybody think he's just automatically going number 1. I'm not convinced he's going to be the first pick.
If it was any other team, I would agree. But New Orleans Pelicans. Now, New Orleans Pelicans in the spot where they trying to get butts in the seat. I'm put you like this. What I seen this morning, I had notes here. Seen this morning after they got the number 1 pick, the Pelicans. Let me see. Pelicans had,
attendance went up.
Man, Pelicans have sold an estimated 3,000 season ticket packages since winning the NBA lottery. I hear what you're saying, but if I'm getting asses in seats, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
They already sold those seats, though, and they ain't even picked nobody.
I would think New Orleans will go in the uproar if them fools pick anybody but Zion. They might not need Zion. Okay, Zion would be a good pick for simple fact. You don't know what AD gonna do. I thought when they got the number 1 pick, they was gonna pick Zion. I think AD was like, you know what? I think I'll stay. But they saying the AD still want to get traded. And if that's the fact, you got Zion in your lineup. To me, they got good guard play. They got 1 good guard, I'm gonna say right now offhand. I can't remember who it is. I'm gonna look it up now. So you add in Zion, and if AD get traded, you pick up some good pieces. Whether it's the Lakers, they might change their mind. Like, you know what? You take AD and I'll take Kyle Kuzma, and your young guys that you tried to give us before, let's try it again with Zion. So you got a nice little young nucleus with Zion. You kind of get what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I think that's a good look for the Pelicans. Now, Dave Griffin said he's going to still try to talk to AD, try to keep him to stay. But if he stays and goes, you still got it in a nice spot. Kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Memphis in a good spot, I guess you could say, because now I think they will pick Ja Morant. I think now they're recently saying that they got their eyes on Ja Morant from Murray State. But now you got to get rid of Mike Conley. And I think Mike Conley would be a good fit. Boston. It's a lot of moving pieces now, because if he go to Boston got to get rid of their point guard.
Well, they are going to lose their point guard.
Yeah, because he said I remember him saying if nothing changes, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Or there was another team he could go anywhere. He's a good point guard that could fit in any lineup. You know what I'm saying? So if Ja Morant goes to Memphis, they got to get rid of Mike Conley. They might keep Mike Conley there for a year to mentor to Morant, but we'll see. But this is a question I'm gonna ask you. We got the number 7 pick, Chicago Bulls, and to me, I'm looking at what we have and what we need. They got Kobe White from North Carolina, point guard, 6'5". We need a point guard, and we need a center. If we could get Darius Garland from Vanderbilt, I'm cool with that. But if we deal with Kobe White, we'll deal with Kobe White. We don't need a power forward. Lauri Markkanen got that locked up. To me, he a great player. Otto Porter is our small forward. We can't get rid of him because his contract. He got 4 years, $106.5 million. There's 2 years left on that deal. Ain't nobody gonna take that deal. So we stuck with him, I think. Mm-hmm. Zach LaVine, great at a shooting guard. Brook Lopez is our center, but he's a free agent. He's a free agent now. So we got to fill that spot. This is what I'm saying. I know there's a lot of players in there. Cam Reddish, PJ Washington from Kentucky. If we can't get a guard, I'll be cool with Boy from Oregon. Manute Bol's son, I'm cool with him. He's 7'2". I think he weighed like damn near 220 pounds. He's skinny. He needs some weight, but he got skills. I like what he does in low post. And he can shoot the 3. I'll go all the way down. They got him going 14th in the ranking in this draft. I'll pick him up. So if I can't get the guard, point guard. If I can't get I ain't into Kobe White. If I can't get Darius Garland from Vanderbilt, I want Bobo from Oregon. What you think, bro?
Vanderbilt, that's their center, right?
No, that's the point guard. That's the Darius Garland is the point guard from Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Bowl is from Oregon. He's a center from Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we need them both. Shit. We got to get them both.
I know. Hopefully they work their magic. I don't know, man, but there's other players that's better than Bowl, but they're power forwards and small forwards. We don't need that. We got to get what we need. And that's not the best on the board. Don't you think?
Yeah, the Bulls need some toughness. I guess you could get that in free agent, though.
Bulls need a whole lot of stuff. I think they figured they was getting that from Otto Porter.
No, not small forward position.
Right.
No. So, yeah, those two picks you had, they're not bad picks at all. Mm-hmm. I mean, they in the 7 slot, so they limited to a certain degree. But, yeah, they definitely need a center. Mm-hmm. Lopez probably going to be gone this year. Yeah. He's going to help a winning team win. Mm-hmm. He's that good. And Chris Dunn, he just fell off the map. Mm-hmm. Since he fell on his face and he literally fell off the map.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, you still, like you said, you got LaVine, you got Porter, Markkanen, and you got a nucleus. They just got to put some more pieces around. Right. I know we talking about the draft, whatever. I'm still more concerned about the coaching. I'm not sold on that yet.
I know I ain't sold, but we don't have nothing to do with that. They gave him an extension.
Yeah, right. So we locked in that. So yeah, we might as well move on from that.
Right.
So when is the draft?
June 24th.
Okay.
We got like 6 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay.
I agree with you. I think I'm cool with Zach LaVine, Otto Porter, Lauri Markkanen, and if you need to, Wendell Carter Jr. coming off the bench. We just need to fill the center spot and the power point guard spot.
Guard. Yeah.
And we have some. I was looking at our roster, man. Other than them 6, I don't give a damn who. We get rid of that whole team. I can't name you any other player on the team because I don't care. And Chris Dunn had showed some, like you said, after he fell on his face, he come back the same. And in the offseason, he was gaining weight. He wasn't conditioned. It was like, I'm on the team. I'm cool. He had a good year. With the first year he was here, he was good. He was more consistent. Now it's just like forget it. He gave up.
Yeah.
So
he's a different player. Yeah.
Exactly. So whatever. But like I said, congratulations to the New Orleans Pelicans. The rumors I heard is that now they're trying to say Zion want to go back to Duke. He don't want to do nothing like that, man. They trying to ain't happy with where he is.
That's new. Yeah.
It's rumors. Yeah. He's smarter than that. I don't even think his family will let him do something like that. But it is what it is. All right, man. Like I said, we started off with 16 teams. We're down to 4 in the NBA playoffs. We got our conference finals. We're about to give our picks. We can start off in the East. We got the Milwaukee Bucks going up against Toronto Raptors. They played last night. I think the score was 100 to 108. Bucks won. It was a hell of a game. It was going back and forth. It's going to be a slugfest. What I would say is, to me, the teams are basically even. Weaknesses are, I would say Kyle Lowry, but last night he was just like unconscious. I think he scored 30 points. I think he had a playoff career record of 7 threes. He played his ass off last night, but nobody else showed up to me. I ain't gonna say nobody else. Nobody else other than Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Danny Green, Pascal Siakam, Marc Gasol. I think Marc Gasol had 6 points, 6 or 7 points. They got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Milwaukee Bucks side, everybody showed. Bledsoe showed up. Middleton showed up. Of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he was there. Brook Lopez was unconscious. He had a lot of points. I think he damn near almost had a triple-double. He had some key blocks, offensive rebounds, and third, I think it was 30 points. So I'm biased off of one game, but Toronto should have had, we always believe if you the visiting team, you got to hit the team in the mouth on game 1. You got to try to steal game 1 to get the edge.
Right.
They tried, they shot all their bullets, and they came up with loss. And I think that's going to mess them up for the rest of, at least for game 2, until they go back home. I like both the teams, but I think Milwaukee Bucks are more consistent in getting points. They got a better defense. They have a better coach that will need to change if he need to. And I believe this series is going to be the reason why Kawhi Leonard going to go to another team. So with all that being said, I'm going to pick the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm saying 7. I think it's going to be a good series. So I got the Milwaukee Bucks in 7. What about you?
Yeah, it's going to be a good series. Lillard and
wrong team, bro.
I mean, yeah. The team they just played for when it's Milwaukee and Toronto. Toronto now, they on the outside looking in, they got a better team to me. They got a overall better team. But I just like Milwaukee, even though Milwaukee they have a better record than they did with Giannis, and they protect the rim better, especially with Lopez, like he went off yesterday. He had 29 points or whatever, and he could step outside or whatever. So it makes it harder for them, Toronto, to defend Milwaukee. This time of year, I think you need defense to win games. That's when your defense comes into play right here too. So I think Milwaukee's going to win the series in 6. I don't think and I don't know if this is going to be the determining factor whether Kawhi go or stay. I mean, they can win this series and he could still leave. Why would he? I don't know. I mean, shit. He seemed like Toronto seemed to be a good fit for him so far. But I got Milwaukee in 6.
Okay, cool. I think he gone because, to me, being a free agent, that's the time where you could really pick and choose where you really want to go. Nothing against Toronto. I have no problem with Toronto rolling the dice and getting him for what they got him for. You know what I'm saying? But now that he's a free agent, he got time to sit back and decide where he really want to go. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I believe he thinks the Los Angeles Clippers is a good spot to go to. They got a good head coach in Doc Rivers. They got room for 2 max players, and I think they're gonna get another max players, whether it's KD, even though they say KD, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving going to New York. You could always swoon him and make better moves. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get KD, there's other free agents that you can bring up over there. You know what I'm saying? That would help. I just think they're missing that one player, which is Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard I believe he wants to go home, and he got a serious decision to make. I can see better players going to the Clippers more so than Toronto. You know what I'm saying? So would that be, it is what it is. I just think he's out of there because they're not consistent enough. You got rid of Nick Nurse. Nothing against Nick Nurse, but he's not a top-notch coach. He's not quality. He's not in the same tier as Doc Rivers. So I believe Milwaukee Bucks are gonna win because I agree with you. Toronto Raptors, they are a good team, but they're not deep as Milwaukee because you still got George Hill coming off the bench doing what he's doing. Malcolm Brogdon, once he gets his feet up under him after he's been out injured, and Nikola Mirotic, Ursa Ilyasova. They could go toe to me. They might go toe to toe with the Warriors if KD doesn't come back. Now that's another story we're gonna talk about when it comes up. But I just think their bench is longer, even though when it come to the playoffs, you only play 8. But if you got somebody that's not playing or injured, you can slide somebody off that bench and you ain't gonna lose a step. Whereas Toronto, you don't know what kind of Kyle Lowry gonna get. Yeah, I know he scored 30 points last night, but in the last round, first game, he didn't score any. 0 for 14. So he's not as consistent. We said before.
Right.
He'll get that hiccup. He'll get that mental thing, get that mental block, and he don't know how to play. Pascal Siakam. I think he's the most improved player. He's gonna get the award. I think he's gonna get the award. But you can't be coming up here inconsistent, scoring under double digits.
Finals, right? Not finals.
Exactly. So, in the bench, only person I could really trust on the bench to do something, Serge Ibaka and Fred VanVleet. And you don't know if they're gonna come in shooting rounds like they're supposed to. So, like I said, with a deeper bench, better defense, better coach, I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Got it.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's go next in the Western Conference Finals. We got the Golden State Warriors against the Portland Trail Blazers. Congratulations to the Portland Trail Blazers. I didn't expect them to get this far. Not saying they don't deserve it, but they show a lot of heart because you having Nurkic having that gruesome injury with his knee or with his leg rather, and his Cantor with a bum shoulder. They playing with straight heart. They got out to the last round with game 7, 4-3 against the Nuggets. And the Nuggets, they was that team this year. You know what I'm saying? They was up there with the top 4 with the best record. But you rolling up against the Golden State Warriors. Been there, done that. They were trying to get 4 out of 5 championships back to back. Come on, man. Let's start playing. Like I said, I like the hard Portland have, but you need more than Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum had a great game last series, the game 7. Can he do it again? We'll see. They lost last game. Shoot, I think it was 116-94. And they was playing their butts off. Steph Curry got hot in the second half. I mean, Steph Curry don't even have to have an A game. He could play second half or the first half. Then Klay Thompson get hot. It's just too much, man. They just got too much for the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm not going to give them the sweep. I'll give them the gentleman's sweep. I got the Golden State Warriors winning in 5. What you got, bro?
Yeah, me too. That's just, and like you said all that and didn't even mention Durant.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, you lose by 20 and one of their best players ain't even playing. You know? So, I know they kept it within like 8 or 9 for a while, but then, it's like they ran out of steam or Golden State was like, fuck it, let's go home. So yeah, them guys, if they shooting and it seems like Steph got his eye back, that's the wrong time to run into him, so it's like they don't have enough guns to compete with these guys. That's just the bottom line. They don't have enough guns to compete with them. So yeah, it's looking like they could be easily 5 and done, because if you can't beat them without Durant, and with that being said, I'm thinking that maybe Golden State's looking at this series and say, okay, well, we're not gonna rush him back or anything. We're gonna keep him. It's gonna be day to day. Right. It's gonna be day to day. Worst case scenario, we can get through this series without him, bring him back for the finals.
Yep.
So I think that's what they're looking at and hoping for. And going against Portland, they got a good chance of doing that. And so, yeah, Golden State in 5.
Okay. With Kevin Durant, man, I know they say it's a calf strain. I watched that game, and when he jumped and hobbled, initially, I said, this dude tore his Achilles, man. He had the same look that DeMarcus Cousins had when he tore his Achilles. I hope I'm wrong. But he was to me, okay, it looked like a calf Achilles tear, but he was able to walk off on his own, basically. He limped off, but he was able to walk off.
You ain't going to do that, you tear your Achilles.
Exactly, because DeMarcus Cousins needed some help to get to the locker room. So, okay, I'm going to go with the calf strain. But I agree with everything that you said. Unless you need him, let that fool sit there and rest and pull him out when you get to the finals. I heard somebody said I wouldn't pull him out until I lose 2 games. Even if I lost the game, no, you still sit back and rest yourself.
Right, even if I lost the game, right.
It's just after I lose 2, yeah, we're gonna have to massage that calf and get you out here.
Talk about it, right.
So okay, I agree. So we both got Warriors in 5.
Yeah.
I was listening to C.J. McCollum's podcast, and they were talking about how he just was unconscious in the last round, the game 7 against the Nuggets. And I like the tandem of Lillard and McCollum. And McCollum said, you know what? I had nothing to lose. It was game 7. I was just going to shoot I'm going to shoot everything in my clip and do the best I can. Whatever happens. I just know I just left all my bullets out there on the court. Fine and dandy. But see, y'all got bullets. Golden State, they got ground-to-air missiles. And Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. And they got a defense. They
play defense.
And they played, and it showed in this game because they basically shut down
McCollum and Lillard.
Yeah, so good. I give them a good college try, but I'd be happy if they get 1 game. you know.
But you seen the interview where the coach got pissed off when the reporter was asking him them questions.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, he asked the coach, what did they do? They thought about trapping. Did they think about trapping Steph when he got the ball, whatever, to slow him down? So the coach asked, he said, well, did Houston trap him in the second half last series? What did he do? It was like he scored 33 points. Like, okay, thank you.
Hey, he keeping it real. Like, hey, we're gonna do the best we can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm happy we're here. It's bad because I think Portland is a good place. Remember, Portland used to be prominent back in the days.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a good team and good city to play for. They just need to get some. Well, they had, like I said, Nurkic got hurt. He was dominant in the middle. It just so happens they lost him, and like I said, Enes Kanter got that separated shoulder. Man, just be happy you got to where you got to, and hopefully you show other players, this might be a place you want to land at. So
right,
let's see how that future is. All right, so those are our picks, people. Eastern Conference, I got Bucks in 7. Brandon got Bucks in 6. Western Conference, I got Warriors in 5. Brandon got Warriors in 5. So those are picks. Tell us what you think. Put it down in the comments. We'll see how it falls in. Before we go, man, let's hit this NFL. Now, you're a fan of this team. I hit up our boy Ezra. Asked him, what the hell going on with the New York Jets, man? The New York Jets fired general manager Mike Maccagnan on Wednesday and named first-year head coach Adam Gase as interim replacement. So he's a GM and a coach. We all know that don't work.
It don't work.
You gotta be unless you Bill Belichick. Nah, you gotta be a coach and get GM. But that's neither here nor there right now. Vice President of Player Personnel Brian Heimendinger was also relieved of his duties. The move is a stunner given its timing, as Maccagnan led New York into the NFL draft less than 3 weeks ago. He and the Jets were active in free agency before that, handing out long-term deals to running back Le'Veon Bell and linebacker C.J. Mosley. Gase, who was hired in January on the heels of a failed 3-year stint as head coach of the Miami Dolphins, will serve as the franchise leading voice until a new general manager is brought in. Philadelphia Eagles Vice President of Player Personnel Joe Douglas could emerge as a candidate. Rumors of a rift between Maccagnan and Gase floated across New York for weeks, but both were adamant publicly that they shared a healthy working relationship. Maccagnan made plenty of moves over his 4+ years at the helm, but he'll be most remembered for engineering the trade that helped gangrene land quarterback Sam Darnold with the 3rd overall pick in the 2018 draft. Now, I'm scratching my head on this because Maccagnan I thought Maccagnan made some good moves. Moved up to get to Sam Darnold with the 3rd overall pick. This year, signing Le'Veon Bell, C.J. Mosley. I didn't hear any rift up in there. And, okay, I ain't going to say I'm the smartest out here, but I ain't stupid. When does the head coach help fire the general manager? Who has more power? I thought the general manager had more power than the head coach.
Yeah, the general manager usually fires the head coach.
That's this your first number one. You haven't even coached one game. You come up in here and you get the head coach. You get the general manager fired. Now, from what the rumors I hear, Adam Gase didn't appreciate them giving Le'Veon Bell all this money. I get that.
Adam Gase, he was the head coach. What does he care about how much money he get unless that's prevented them from getting somebody else that he wanted on the team?
That's true. I think Le'Veon getting $13 million a year. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. But okay. But it ain't like you got a buster.
Right. You got
one of the top running backs out there.
Right.
And once again, I like Adam Gase as a coordinator. I don't know how you're gonna be the head coach, but you coming off losing seasons with the Miami Dolphins. How you gonna come up in here and tell me what to do when you ain't done better than me when you at your last stay?
Exactly.
That just scratched my. When I seen that yesterday, I think I hit you on Twitter, hit Ezra on Twitter, like, man, what the hell is going on with this? And I know a couple people agree with me, like, man, I don't know. What's your 2 cents on this, Jets fan?
We looking at it from a national level. I guess I have to be in New York.
True.
Get all that daily, back and forth, because it's a lot more than what we know. It had to be a lot more than that, because now he's the interim replacement. Okay, what does that mean? Is he going to slide into the GM role? Is he going to do both of them? I mean, you go from a coordinator to running both, coaching and GM of a Jets team. I mean, it's just, and then, like you said, they were talking about he didn't even want Le'Veon Bell on the team, And I heard a reply to Le'Veon Bell say, "Hey, I'm just here to win game." He didn't get caught up in it,
right,
or whatever. But I'm sure we'll hear some more snippets about that as we move into training camp and all that.
Right.
So yeah, the Jets can't get out of their own fucking way right now. It's just, man, I don't know. I don't know.
It's just crazy, man. My next thing that scratched my head. If you felt that way about Maccagnan, why didn't you fire him before he made all these moves? With Le'Veon Bell, with C.J. Mosley, with the draft. That's why I say Adam Gase had something to do with it. Even though y'all saying y'all was singing Kumbaya, if you wanted to fire him, you would do this before the draft came about and before he made these signings.
Right, yeah. And he can't say nothing about it because he can't throw nobody under the bus because he's still looking for a job now. Mm-hmm. So he can't go out and say what really happened.
Right.
And air out, the Jets' dirty laundry like that because he's still looking for a job now. So
I don't know, man. We gonna see how this goes, boy. But I just look fishy right here. But it ain't my team, so
it's very fishy. Yeah.
Before we go, bro, I wrote it in my notes. I forgot to tell you because I seen it this morning. This is more. We're going back to the NBA real quick. This is more getting the people involved more so the players involved. What I mean, the NBA will move its annual moratorium from midnight July 1st to 6 p.m. on June 30th. This will allow teams to talk to players at a reasonable hour. We all know what this is about. You want to get as many people involved. You want to get all the fans of the NBA involved in this. 12 o'clock midnight, we don't know what's going on till the next morning.
Right.
Who got signed when it comes to free agency. You know how last year Magic Johnson was waiting at LeBron's door at 12:01 or something like that. And we don't, we can't get involved with it because we all sleep and everything. You moved up to 6 p.m., we know what that's about. You trying to get more people involved in it. You trying to get us to see who's going where, who's at somebody's door.
The whole social media part of it. Yeah.
I'm not mad at you, but let's keep it real. It ain't about talking to players at a reasonable hour. You want to get us involved in a reasonable hour.
Right.
Like, man, come on.
Do that.
Once again, NBA, I ain't mad at you, but just tell us what it is. We want to move it up to 6 p.m. because we want to see who's going to go where, who's sitting in front of whose door. Because there's going to be cameras at, let me see, who we got. We free agents, we got Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, Al Horford, Kemba Walker, Chris Middleton, Eric Bledsoe, Tobias. Man, there's going to be cameras everywhere. Just sitting in front of their houses. See who's going to roll up. That's what it's all about.
That's all it is.
Good look, NBA. But just don't spit in our face and tell us it's raining. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, bro. Unless you got anything else, we could close shop.
Nah, that's it.
All right, man. The crew here at Get With It Sports want to thank you for taking the time to watch the 2 Cent Deposit on Sports podcast. Once again, while you're here, go ahead and click the subscribe button so you can be alerted to all the new episodes we have here at the Get With It Sports 2 YouTube channel. You can find us on Twitter, me at Get With It Sports, my partner in crime here, Brandon at LEB412. Read our posts on our blog page at getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram /GetWithItSports, or contact us via email at getwithitsports2, that's number 2 at gmail.com. Shout out to the Urban Arena affiliates. If you like what we have here for your sports talk entertainment at Get With It Sports, check out Team Boy TV, Big Q, JB, Vernie B, and AA Sports, Straight Sports No Chaser with Diego Baryshnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, and Uncle Hate, the 6 foot and under post-up champ. Urban Arena crew can give you what you need every week for your sports fix while you're on the go. I'm your boy Glass.
And I'm Brandon.
The best tag team time out here in sports talk. Be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.